I think it's an exciting story because it's an example of how powerful pop culture is and what it really means to people as well. I think a generational defining band like Oasis coming back after 15 years and nobody expected it at all, coming right out of the blue like this. It's been all over the internet today and it's not even announced properly yet. It's tomorrow, the announcement. But already people are kind of speculating what it is, what's going to be happening. And you don't see this very much. It's about every 10 years you get a big story like this. And that kind of underlines just how exciting it actually is for people.
You interviewed Noel Gallagher, didn't you, recently? Did you get any sense that a reunion was on the cards?
Well, Noel Gallagher's far too canny to just give away the fact they're about to reform in an interview. I think it was about 8 weeks ago we did the interview and it came out 3 days ago. But I'm actually thinking now, think about that interview, they probably hadn't even decided at that point in time to reform. You know, I think this feels to me like a very snap decision they probably made about a week ago, or maybe even after the interview came out. What was interesting about the interview was it was quite a different version of Noel. You know, the stuff he was saying about Liam and being very complimentary to Liam as a front man, and also about his voice and how Liam's one of the great rock and roll singers. That really pricked up people's ears. So when that interview broke, I think it was about 4 or 5 days ago, the internet was full of people talking about, wow, not seen Noel talk about Liam like that for decades, really. So there was a sense that maybe something was changing in the camp.
I mean, it could also make them all very, very rich, couldn't it? Do you think this is about the music or about the money?
It's a bit weird. People go, oh, yes, I know what they're up to. They're only doing this for the money. But people are forgetting that actually when you're in a band and it's a magical band and there's a chemistry in the room between a certain amount of people, that you can't even buy that. For all the money you're going to earn on a tour or doing these gigs, the actual feeling you get when you go back in the room and you get whatever lineup you're going to use and it's a magic lineup and it sounds brilliant, is one of the best feelings you can have as a human being. And that's in there as well. And musicians understand that. You know, a Noel and Liam in a room together playing will be magical. Yeah. And that magic is something that's often very unattainable for most bands, you know.
Do you think there is a risk that somehow, and you've talked about them being concerned about, you know, the legend being broken and the chemistry just doesn't come back?
There's always a risk of an anticlimax, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the audience is going, even if the band didn't even have the heart in it, which I'm sure they will have, I think the audience will definitely have the heart in it and the audience will will it forward. These Oasis gigs will be like, you know, 80,000, I don't know, thousands of people a night sing along to songs that were built for like communal sing-alongs. That's a brilliant atmosphere. It's like it will be like cup final atmosphere at every single gig, whatever the band do. But I think even just the minute they walk on the stage will create an electricity that will last the 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever the show's going to be. I definitely don't think they will create an anticlimax.
I mean, they've had quite a fiery relationship in the past, haven't they? And gigs have been cancelled. If they do announce a stadium tour, what are the chances that it actually happens?
I think they're probably older and wiser now, but they still. So I think the gigs will definitely happen, but they do retain that edge, that volatile edge, that edge of danger, which is lacking in lots of rock and roll bands. You know, so I think, I think that volatile edge, especially between Noel and Liam, actually adds to the Oasis thing. You don't quite know if they're going to play the next song or not, but you feel they probably will. Yeah.
John, Robb, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.